music's biggest night. The energy is absolutely electric, the whole world is watching, and for one of pop's biggest stars, this was supposed to be her coronation. Instead, it became the shocking defeat that sent the internet into a complete and total meltdown.
And this was the question on everyone's lips, all over social media. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter was on top of the world. She had the #1 album, the #1 song, the fans, the momentum, everything. So what on earth happened? Well, to figure that out, we have to go back to the very beginning of her massive, meteoric rise. You see, to really understand the shock of that night, you have to grasp the sheer scale of her success. This wasn't just some popular artist having a good year. No, this was a complete cultural phenomenon. Her takeover was swift and it was absolute. It all started back in June of 2025, when the lead single, Manchild, this incredible country meets synth anthem, just shot up the charts. Then, just 2 months later, the full album, Man's Best Friend, didn't just debut at #1. It basically set up camp there and refused to leave. By the time Grammy night rolled around, it had spent a staggering 25 weeks in the top 10. This wasn't just success, this was pure dominance. And it wasn't just the music getting people talking, not by a long shot. The album artwork itself was so provocative that it became this internet firestorm, sparking endless debates and guaranteeing that whether you loved it or you hated it, you absolutely knew about it. She was, quite literally, inescapable. But here's the thing. While Sabrina was busy conquering the charts, another star was rising, one who was championed not just by fans, but by the music industry itself. Let's talk about Chappell Roan. Now, Chappell's journey was the absolute definition of a critical darling's ascent. Her 2023 debut album, it quietly built this super devoted cult following. Then, in 2024, her single, Good Luck Babe, sent her rocketing into the stratosphere. And by 2025, she was already up on that Grammy stage, taking home the award for Best New Artist. And, during her acceptance speech, which went totally viral, she did way more than just say thank you. She issued a challenge. By calling for better pay and healthcare for artists, she totally cemented her image as this bold, authentic voice who was fighting for her peers. The industry didn't just like her music, they respected her message. So the stage was set. You had two titans on a collision course, the people's princess versus the industry's champion. And the setting for this epic showdown? The 2026 Grammy Awards.
6. That's the magic number. That is how many nominations Sabrina Carpenter walked in with that night. For her chart-topping album Man's Best Friend and that smash hit Manchild, she was recognized in all the major categories. We're talking Album of the Year, Song of the Year. Her win, her coronation, it felt inevitable. And her performance, it became the moment of the night. It was this cheeky, incredibly ambitious Pan Am-themed spectacle for Manchild that saw her literally take flight over the entire star-studded audience. She didn't just perform, she owned the entire arena. And then came the number that broke the internet. 0. 6 nominations, the performance of a lifetime, and Sabrina Carpenter went home with absolutely nothing. The shock in that room was, you could feel it, it was palpable. The backlash was immediate and it was fierce. Hashtags just exploded worldwide as stunned fans and critics were all asking the exact same question. How could the artist with the biggest commercial and cultural footprint of the year be completely shut out? The consensus was crystal clear. This was more than a loss. This was a snub. But this is where the story takes a really fascinating turn. Because while the internet was out there fighting her battles for her, Sabrina was already making her next move, proving that in today's music world, sometimes a loss can be the best launchpad. Just 3 days later, while the internet was still absolutely raging, this dropped. A surprise Muppet Show special with Sabrina as the guest star, and it was a smash hit. It showcased her charm, her comedic timing. She wasn't hiding away. She was everywhere, turning a potential career crisis into a masterclass in cultural relevancy. And then came the ultimate power move, headlining Coachella, the largest music festival in North America. She was fulfilling a promise she'd made all the way back in 2024, and her announcement triggered an absolute frenzy. The result? The entire festival sold out in less than a week. She didn't need a trophy to prove her drawing power.
So what this moment really blew wide open were these two competing definitions of what a win even means, playing out in real time. On one side, you've got your traditional industry validation, the Golden Trophy, the Academy's official seal of approval. And on the other side, you have something arguably way more powerful, absolute cultural domination, measured not by a handful of votes, but by sold-out stadiums and an audience that will follow you anywhere. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question for you. Who is the real winner? The artist who gets the award, or the one who gets the audience? You know, maybe this Grammy Snub changed pop music, not by ending a career, but by proving that a trophy is no longer the only prize worth winning.
Thanks for watching Media GenX. If you liked this story, show some love with a like, subscribe for future updates, and share it around. Until the next headline.